Lots of people talk about uh, yin and yang power. What is really behind this thing? Like I said, um, we're not going to talk too much about training. Uh, I mean, I can if you have questions, and of course you can stop me anytime. If you have any questions about the real meaning of the yin and yang in Tai Chi. Okay, let's start off with understanding what is yin, what is yang. Yin means soft, yang means firm or hard. Yin also means the moon, which is nighttime. Yang means daytime, which is the sun. Okay. But the sun and the moon interact with each other based on the day and how it rotates around each other. So, therefore, just in nature, they are related, no doubt about it. In life, we are related. We are related. That's male, that's female. When you put it together, we call it balance. We call it peace. We call it harmony. Okay? I say balance, peace, and harmony. Remember these three concepts. Very, very important how it relates to Tai Chi. So with yin and yang concept that we understand, we will be able to see the true meaning of life. We will see the true meaning of life. Why? Because we are in peace, we are in balance, we're in harmony. Okay. So let's say, where do I come from? Where do you come from? We know we come from our mom and our dad. And there's nowhere else. Unless heaven drop you down. Like some of the famous prophet, how it come about. But those are myth, story, maybe it's true. But just talk about you and myself. Okay? I was born because of my mom and my dad. Hook up together, born a great baby like me and you. We came to this earth from nothing to something. We don't know where we are before. Maybe we were in heaven, maybe we're in the earth and hell, or maybe we're in another world, maybe another planet, we don't know. But we all know as soon as mom and dad get together and conceive us, we show up here. So there must be a reason why we show up here. So from nothing to something. So when we are born, doctors are terrible. They spank you so that you cry. So as soon as they spank you, if you're not crying when you're born, when the kids are born, they cry. You know, wow, oh, baby's born. The boy is a boy, is a boy. You know, the Asian people like boys. You know, say, hey, it's a boy. You know, of course, girls too. Okay. So anyway, so as soon as the baby cry, the breath begins. Then it's distinguished from yin and yang. So if the baby don't cry, doctor's gonna spank it and make it cry, or flip it, and I'll make it cry. Okay. So from nothing in Tai Chi is Wuji. Wuji means nothing. Okay? Wuji means nothing. From nothing to something appeared. When that something appeared, it had yin and yang in it. Okay? For example, the body, the upper body, the lower body, the left side, the right side, the inner side, the outer side. These are all yin and yang. The chi and the blood, they're all yin and yang. And the 5 organs, each one of them have yin and yang, the energy. So we are already come out by the universal power of God whatever God that you pray to, create us to be a perfect human being, a perfect being. Let's put it that way. Let's not just say human being, because the dog is also fun. The dog is also a being. God created it. Universal power created it. So when we are created as a being, we have yin and yang. We have feelings. We have everything. We have the 5 sense organs. We can smell, we can touch, we can hear, we can feel, everything together. Okay? So how is that related to Tai Chi? When we move our body, in Tai Chi, we do the movement slow, soft, and firm. As you can see the movement, when you rotate and all that, there's some firmness, there's some softness. So everything is moving in harmony according to how the system was taught to you. Okay? Now let's not talk about applications here, because when you talk about application, then it's some hard action or fast action. Let's talk about we're doing the movement. I said we're doing the movement. Okay? We're doing the movement, and what are we doing? Well, if we are not using our mind to direct the movement, then we're not doing true Tai Chi. We're doing recreational Tai Chi, or we're doing exercise Tai Chi. We put our headphone on and we move according to whatever the music that we are in, and we get into this good feeling and all that. And that's fine. Don't get me wrong. You get the exercise, but you don't get the mindfulness. The mindfulness is the key to this whole thing. The only time that you consider yourself as being mindful, not just because you close your eyes, you're mindful. No. The only time that you consider yourself being mindful is when you actually focusing on your movement. Your mind focusing on your body, how to move. So the mind has some intelligence to tell the body how to rotate, how much to rotate, how much not to rotate, how much to step forward, how much angle to move, what direction we are going. So the mind have the intelligence, okay? Have the intelligence to tell the body to move correctly the way you were taught, okay? That you were taught how to do. So therefore the body is like an artificial machine. The body is just like artificial. It doesn't know what to do except until the mind tells them what to do. So artificial intelligence and the emotional intelligence, put it together, I call it Tai Chi intelligence, which is wisdom. Okay, so we have no time, we should not have any time to think of anything outside of what we're doing. If you do, then you're not mindful. Mindfulness means, now in other meditation, mindfulness might mean, oh, you're mindful about something. You're mindful about some God inside you. You're mindful about your praying. That is your mindfulness. But in the Tai Chi mindfulness, we do not allow anything from the outside come into our body. Okay? Remember, we do not allow anything from the outside disturb our body. We do not allow anything from outside that aggravate this body. So your presence, the outside presence, has nothing to do with me. Okay? And you don't get involved with the outside situation or the beings. You don't. Because if you do, then you're mindful at them. You're not mindful at your body. Then you will not get peace, balance, or harmony. You will not get that. You get something else. Maybe it's okay for you, that's fine. But for your pure Tai Chi point of view, to get the ultimate health, to get the ultimate energy, to get the intrinsic value from Tai Chi, you have to be mindfully involved with your movement. Okay, does everybody follow me so far? Raise your hand. Oh, I can't see you. Say something. Let me know that you're following me. If you're not following me, then I'm going to go a little bit back. Okay, I'm assuming everybody that's online watching us, you know about Tai Chi. Hopefully you do Wu Hao Tai Chi. By the way, I teach Wu Hao Tai Chi. I hope you are learning Wu Hao Tai Chi from us. So if you have any questions, stop me and you can ask me. I can see the chat over here. Okay, the chat is on here. I can see it. So like I just said, we do not involve with any being that is outside of us, whether it's a real being or a thought of a being or a noise or some commotion going on somewhere or whatever, or music. We're not involved. Sometimes we use music in Tai Chi because we just put it in the background to eliminate noise. We don't really listen to the music. We just put it out there just to eliminate noise, so we have a serene atmosphere for training. I think that's okay. So what are we involved mindfully? What are we involved? We are involved with ourselves. In Tai Chi, if we train it correctly, we learn how to love ourselves more. Now, a lot more. Because we go into mindfully in our body to find out all the mistakes that we did, all the terrible mistakes that we did. But don't worry, nobody knows about it except you. Because you're not involved with the being, remember? You're not involved with the being. The being may be watching you, it doesn't matter. We're not involved. So we assume that nobody's watching you except you know the truth. Okay? Sometimes the truth hurts because you move so terrible, or you're not doing correctly, or you're not breathing correctly, or you're not stepping correctly, but that's okay. If you know that you're making the mistakes and you're learning from the mistakes, then there's growth, then there's hope, then there's future. Okay? So it's important, of course, to have a good teacher to guide you. Of course, the first time when you train, the teacher guide you. But right now, what I'm talking about, you already know Tai Chi. You got a good teacher who guided you. Now you're going to train by yourself. So now you look from the inside how you do it. And the best thing, of course, you videotape yourself and see yourself again how you do it. The thing is that you have to check to make sure your posture is correct. That's the most important thing. Posture is not leaning forward, not leaning backward, not leaning sideways. So you have to check your posture. The most important thing in the Tai Chi posture is your chin has to be in. Because if your chin is out, first of all, your neck is going to be curved. Then that's not good. You're going to get some spondylosis in the future. You're going to have a neck pain in the future. So you keep your chin in. So when you keep your chin in, then you push your chakra up. See, this chakra become suspended right here, straight down. It goes straight down to the spine, to the coccyx, and you tilt your hip inside a little bit. That will keep your spine as straight as you can mindfully. So these two things are very important. And when you do that, then you satisfy the first condition of cleansing. I call it cleansing. It's like you're cleansing your body. So you're cleansing through posture. Of course, your shoulder have to relax, and then you have to hollow the chest, round the back. All these are requirements in Tai Chi. Okay? And when you do all that, then you have to keep the flow. You have to understand the shifting forward and shifting backward. And you have to understand the yin and yang behind it, how you move. Okay? And your left and right have to balance that. Yin and yang have to balance continuously while you're mindfully directing all this energy how to execute that movement. So in Tai Chi, we just talk about yin and yang. Why is that? If you look at the Tai Chi circle, it's yin and yang. That's yin and yang. Within the yin, there's a dot there. There's a yang. Within the yang, there's a yin. And that changes can happen anytime. I'm not going to get into a detail about that because that's more into understanding pushing hands, which is the application of Tai Chi. Right now, we just talk about the yin and yang and how it works to give this born child on earth to live strong, to live balanced, to have peace, to have harmony. So from here, okay, we have a question here. What about being conscious of your surrounding during the Tai Chi practice? Well, I just told you, if you're mindful in everything that you do, whatever thing that's outside, you shouldn't get involved. You got involved because you're used to involving with people in your life. We always want to find out our business of someone else, especially our neighbor, what they're doing. We always say, who is doing? How's my sister-in-law is doing? How's my mother-in-law doing? You know, most of us never really look at ourselves. How are we doing? We always live on how someone else is doing, therefore how we are doing. So the question and answer is that you consciously involved with yourself. Of course, you have eyes, you see things and all that, but you let them come in because you consciously involved with them. You just cut it off. Now, I know it's not easy. It takes a little while, but that's okay. Slowly and gradually, you will not get involved. Okay, so I hope I answered the questions. So another question here is, when we look for the feeling of the energy while doing that, it destroys the mantra. Yes. If you are first time learning Tai Chi, if it's the first time you're doing Tai Chi, yes, everybody will be looking for the good feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, when somebody say, I love you, oh my God, you are so into the feeling. You know, it destroys your mindfulness. And then suddenly you forgot that who you are after the person say he loves you, you know. So you still have to be mindful at the later stage of your training. All the energy that comes in, you just leave it there. Leave it as it is. Okay? Don't let them bother you. You know, don't get involved with them. And if you get involved with them, like I said, your energy will go out in your process of your training. Your body will go out because you put your feeling on it, therefore you destroy your personal mindfulness of what you're doing. It's like you're doing some work, you're doing some painting, and somebody say hello, and you look at them. This thing, what you just did, it stops. Now maybe it still exists there, but it stops. And then you say, yes, can I help you? Right away, your energy moved there, your mindfulness. Of course, the mind is so fast, it can say, the person say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm disturbing. Then you come back. That's not a problem. It happens all the time. Even in your training. When you're doing something, there's always something got stuck, and you try to figure out why is it got stuck. So you lose your mindfulness. But remember, when you make mistake, and you're correcting it, even though the mistakes that you make, it destroy your original mindfulness, but that mindfulness is flowing into fixing your body to get a better mindfulness. Everybody understand that? Okay? Did I just say something don't make sense? It's like I just said, you know, how it destroys when somebody talk to you. You're not mindful with your body anymore, you're mindful with the movement. But that's okay. You're mindful with the movement, fix the movement to go back to your original 100% mindfulness. That's what you want to do. So you do not want to be involved with anything that's outside your body. As long as you involve just your body, your mindfulness stay with you. Sometimes it gets scattered away because you're trying to fix the problem, you're trying to be right and trying to be good. It happens. Until to the point at the higher level when everything stay there. Okay? So if you look at the Tai Chi form, the first section, the second section, and the third section, from the 108 moves. Now most Tai Chi have 108 moves, some of them have 88 moves, some of them have 96 moves, but it's called the long form of Tai Chi. Of course, we break down the movement by section to teach it to the public, so it's easier for them to learn. Let's say you do all the three sections. You will notice that the first section is like a warming up to get your body ready to be mindfulness. And then the second, so you start from Wuji, nothing, standing there, haven't get started, and then as soon as you start, Tai Chi begins. Yin and Yang begin. In this Yin, Yin and Yang begin. In this Yang, Yin and Yang begin. And so on and so on and so on, like the hexagram in I Ching. Okay? So the energy will start moving. Okay? And then when you're in the middle of the form, you're doing Tai Chi in the middle of the form, you should be getting a little bit more mindfulness because you are into it now because you just warmed up and you're in the middle of the form, which is the second section. You are into it. And you can see in all the Tai Chis, always the middle section of the form have more demand on it. The movement become more difficult, more kicks, you're sitting lower, more turning, more more awareness, more things you need to do than the first section. The first section is warming up. So the second section have more details, more longer, more difficult things to remember, okay? And then when you get into that, to the third section, and the first part is still very mindful, and towards the end of the movement, it's like a warm down. You're finishing up, you're in peace, you're in balance, in harmony. And when you finish the form, hopefully, if you are very, very mindful, you should be an absolute power now. You should be in your potential power. Well, actually, your potential power, and you all build up on the second section, in my opinion, in the middle section. And then go all the way to the end. Okay, the first section is beginning of the potential energy. The middle part, gather all the potential energy. And the last part, finishing up, rounding up the potential energy to make it an absolute energy called absolute power, which is Wuji. From Wuji to Tai Chi to Wuji. See that? Does everybody understand that? Tai Chi was created that way. For sure, it's the yin and yang. So if the yin and yang is in great harmony, is in great balance, then you have peace in the mind and happiness in the heart. That's for sure. Okay? All right. So how does that relate to life? We are from nothing. We are born. We die. That's very negative, right? So I'm telling you, it's very negative of what I just said. You were born, you live, and you die. We all die. We all die. Nobody lives forever. We all die. Okay? We're born, we live, we die. We are unborn. Then we're born again, we live, we die. If you're born again. And of course, if you believe in reincarnation. If you believe. If you don't, maybe you go to heaven. And if you're a bad person, you go to hell. Maybe nobody go to hell. Everybody go to heaven. I don't know. I will know I go to heaven. I have to die to find out. So right now, I'm not trying to figure out whether I'm going to heaven or I'm going to go to hell or whether I'm going to born again. What is important now is, I say, from nothing, and you're born, you're alive. When I am alive, I'm going to live on every moment of me being alive. In order to live every moment of me being alive, I need to do something about this life. Whether I have a career, whether I have a plan, whether I have something in the future, but I'm going to have a balance. So when you do Tai Chi, you're building your life to be better. You are creating more energy, good energy in your body. You're creating more mindfulness on here. You're creating all this to have a healthy life. If you have a healthy life, and if you don't let the beings involved with you, then you should have a happy life. So during the process of doing Tai Chi, it is life. It is life. You apply it every day. So you say, well, what do you mean by life? I should be going to a party, I should be drinking a lot. You can do that. That's your habits. But your life is here for a reason because you're born, whatever the reason is. So to keep it alive, you have to maintain. And it's high maintenance because you have to do something about this life, whether family, whether work, whether exercise. But when you do Tai Chi, you're constantly cultivating. You're cultivating yourself, you're making yourself stronger, you're building this intrinsic value in your body so that you can have a good life. Now don't forget that money is also important. Making money is in everybody's mind anyway. You have to make money to make a living. But if you've got a healthy body, I think you can make good money. You can make, because your mind is healthy, your mind is clear. So your ability to make money, your ability to interact with people, your ability to interface with everything, it's easier because you are constantly fixing it. Now, why are we fixing? Why I even care that I know I'm gonna die? You can say, well, I don't care. I know I'm gonna die. Why would I care? Well, you're born. If you don't care, you're gonna suffer. Okay? Now somebody said that, oh, maybe I'll go to heaven no matter what. Well, see, if everybody go to heaven, then hell should not exist, right? But some people say hell exists. It's for bad people. Okay? So how do we go to heaven? How do we go to where the La La Land or whatever, the happy land? How do we go there? They say, oh, you have to do good things. You shouldn't hurt people. You should not be killing. You should not be greedy. I agree. Totally agree. Okay? When I mindfully involve with my body, cleansing all my body, fixing all my body, I am actually blessing my body. I'm actually praying to my body. I'm actually using the power of the mind that's given by God or by the universal power to take care of myself so God can go and take care of someone else that's in need of that help. If everybody do nothing about it, everybody's crying, everybody's sick, then God or the universal power is too busy to take care of everybody. Sometimes they say my prayers will never be answered. Well, because you have to take care of so many people, right? But if you take care of yourself, I think God might promote you. It's kind of funny why I even say that. But universal power, they're the head of everything, they're in charge. They promote you, automatically you go to heaven. Maybe, I don't know. But they need to, because many people are praying to be blessed. But you are praying yourself. You are blessing yourself by doing this Tai Chi exercise with yin and yang attributes to make yourself to have a balance, to have harmony, and to have a peace of mind, and therefore to have a happy life. It's very simple. Okay? Now, so how do I know that I am actually, somebody asked me that questions, I remember when I was in Peru. Donna, she's online here, maybe she knows. Somebody asked me a question, how do I know I'm very good in Tai Chi? How do I know I'm a grandmaster? How do I know I'm a Tai Chi master? How do I know I'm a black belt? Back in the olden days, they don't have black belt, they don't go by that. They go by you train, and because we don't have greeds of everything, so we don't have it. Okay. So you just train and train and train. Now, I will talk about the black belt thing later, okay? I'm going to talk about something else here. some people train Tai Chi or meditation using yin and yang, at the same time using external power or external being to come into their body to help them to generate this even a stronger energy. Should you do that? Anybody agree with me or disagree with me? I'm gonna see if anybody would agree with me over here, whether it's the right thing or not, whether it's the wrong thing. Using external energy to boost my energy so that my energy becomes stronger and more balanced and that kind of stuff. Should we be doing it? Anybody have any answer? Anybody have any suggestion? Nope. No, Walter, you can ask. Other powers, like using other powers mindfully, using other beings, powers that we don't see, like using the alien's power or using another energy from outside that in your mind you thought about this energy come into the body and boost your power. Should we be doing that? That's my questions here. Okay, Walter said at least not at the beginning. I agree. Anybody else have any other suggestion? Should we use the power from the outside at all? Okay. I'm going to say no. And I'm going to tell you why. You don't have to agree with me, but you can respond to what I just said. Remember I told you earlier, to be mindful is to not involve in outside things. When you involve with an external being or an external energy or an external power coming into your body to generate this new energy. Now, if you are involved with another person teaching you how to do the move, that's not what I meant. Not teaching you how to move. That's learning. I'm talking about once you know how to do Tai Chi, do you try to generate the Tai Chi that you have to make it even stronger when you use an external energy coming in, like an external being or spiritual or energy or a thought or anything? Should you be doing that? I don't think you should. Okay. Because anything that you borrow, now if your teacher is teaching you, that's not counted. That's a different, because you're learning the form. Anything that you borrow from the external being, hopefully it's not a demon, or a monster, or the booger man. The kids say, oh, I saw the booger man, or the yin energy, or the evil energy, or even good energy. Don't say evil energy, good energy. When you borrow something, because when you involve with them, you're borrowing the energy to generate a stronger energy. When you borrow it from them, you have to give it back. You know that? Hey, there's no free meal here. Nothing is free in this world. There's no free meal. You have to pay. So when you borrow it, you got to give it back. If they're not happy, the next time you borrow it, they're going to give you a hard time. They're going to trouble you. So in Tai Chi, we do not borrow energy. We do not. We don't want to. Because anything that's coming in, we don't know is good for us or not good for us. If it's good, that's great. If it is not good, that's trouble. Then why even borrow when you have enough? If let's say you need about $5,000 worth of chi in your body to execute this Tai Chi movement, and you got $5,000, why you want to borrow $1,000 from the external being? And you tell me, well, Sifu, you know what? Then I'll have 6,000 extra 1,000. Why are you so greedy? If you have 5,000, you're happy, then you're fine. Now, if you don't have 5,000, you have 4,000 worth of energy in your body. You need to borrow one to make it 5,000 to work for the day. Then you have to pay it back. In life, you borrow money, you pay back. Don't borrow it. Generate yourself, train harder, be more mindful to create this $5,000 worth of energy again. Don't borrow it. So the external being, to me, is dangerous. The external energy is dangerous because you don't know his or her mood when he gave it to you. Him or her may have a bad mood coming into you and then create havoc, trouble, more than helping you. So therefore, we do not borrow energy. We keep it to ourselves all the time so that we generate our pure energy. Our energy will always be pure, that's created by you, because it's based on your hard work, your intuitive mind, your understanding of the art, you're following the body mechanics, and you're using your mind to direct the movement. Okay? So, I hope I touched on that about external energy. So we just say, how do I know that I am a black belt in Tai Chi, or I'm a grandmaster, or whatever? How do I know where I am in my years of training in Tai Chi? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, some people forever. You know, I think somebody asked me that questions in Peru, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a big crowd there. I think it was someone that doesn't have experience in Tai Chi, I think. I'm not sure, I forgot. But someone did ask me the question. I wasn't sure it was in Peru or was in another country. And somebody had to translate it, I remember that. It hit me right there. And I was thinking, oh, maybe you need to train 30 years. Maybe you need to train 50 years. And somebody is 50 years old, train 50 years. I could be 100 years old. I may not live that long. So that's trouble, right? I never reached this stage. Okay. Like I just told you, from nothing to something to absolute power. So from nothing to something, when you have the something, the process of living, that you train your Tai Chi so good, so well, that means you're not borrowing external energy, you're not borrowing external yin, you're not borrowing any demons, you're not borrowing even from God, you're not borrowing. You're not even borrowing from the universal power because he's too busy taking care of everybody in the world. You do it yourself, generate this intrinsic energy by following the body mechanics, by following the direction from your teacher, by following everything that you need to do to get this wisdom. Technically, your mind has to direct all the movement with all the body mechanic you could think of possible to make this unique absolute power. As soon as you finish the form and your absolute power is shown, if the 12 Chinese zodiac animals showed up, again, after you finish the form, if you ever on one day that you finish your form so powerful, so absolutely powerful that the 12 mythical zodiac animals showed up this year, especially on January 22nd when the rabbit show up in front of you, then you can say yourself, you're the grandmaster of Tai Chi. I'm serious, okay? Not joking. Any question on that? Okay, I think that's all I got to say, but I'm going to answer some questions here. Remember, January 22nd is the first day of the Lunar New Year. That's the year of the rabbit coming in, and the little rabbit is going to show up there in front of you if you continue to do your Tai Chi correctly. Okay, right here are questions here. When we focus on the dance, we do not think about only Tai Chi. It is the right way to do the Tai Chi and get its benefit. Yes, when we do when you do the focus on the dance, I don't know you're talking about dancing or are you talking about, okay, Let's talk about dancing and Tai Chi. What's the difference when dancing? A lot of times when we dance, we express ourselves, everything from outside. We express to facial, to expression on our face, to show our happiness, to show our balance, to show our harmony. Not just to the body, but also to the face, to let the audience know we are very elegant, we are very superpower good, that kind of stuff. That's more external expression. In Tai Chi, no. Tai Chi, nothing is expressed outside. Everything is kept inside. And not everybody can see it. When somebody watch you doing a Tai Chi, not everybody can see what is your power that you have. They only see that you're very calm, you're very harmonized, you're very peaceful. That's power. That's all we need in Tai Chi. You don't express your face, you don't express your high kick and all that. You don't have to. But a good Tai Chi practitioner who understands the art will see from the inside, can sense your inside that, man, this person is really balanced. This person is really in harmony. Okay, it needs a high level person to see that. Okay. Yes, we use our own internal energy. Next question here: How not to get yin by mistakes? Yin is always around. That's a good one. Yes, yin is always around. Why is yin always around? Okay. When you're alive, okay, let's talk about the human body have yin and yang. Male and female also have yin and yang. Male also have yin and yang. Okay. But let's talk about being alive, like me and you, whether you're male or female. Being alive means yang. Alive means yang. Okay. Yin means anything that's not alive, whether it's floating around, whether it's dead. Okay. And the question that Walter asked, how do we get yin by mistakes? That's a good one. Yeah, we do get yin by mistakes. It's because your yang wasn't strong. If there's yin coming in, your yang is strong. If you balance the yin cannot take advantage of you. So it's very important that we stay strong. Our yang energy has to be strong all the time. You know, there are days when you're depressed. When you're depressed, when you're sad, that's the time when the yin energy attacks you. The yin energy comes into you. It comes into you and disturb you and make you more depressed. And the worst thing that you cry, which is fine, but you need to stop crying after you cry. If you continue crying, the yin energy keep attacking you because your yang energy is depleted. The worst is when you run to the closet or run to a place to hide, someplace that's dark, you just want to cry. Well, dark means yin. There's more yin energy, more demons over there. They're gonna come and cloud around you. Man, this is the best time for me to eat you up because you are gullible. Your yang energy is not protected. You don't have the wall to protect yourself. That's why the yin come in. That's why a very depressive woman is very dangerous when they let the yin energy go into them and they start getting suicidal or kill somebody. I don't know, you heard about a story about in Houston, there was a lady that killed his 3 kids because he was a very depressive woman and she didn't even know she killed her own child after she finished doing the job, and she wake up not knowing she was doing it because I think the demons went into him or the external yin energy went to him and eat her up. She becomes so yin, becomes so evil, and then manifest in her brain and do all this unnecessarily destruction to human beings. So I hope I answered your question, Walter, about the yin is always around. So just make sure you do your Tai Chi good, keep your absolute power. So even though the yin energy is around, let it be, but they cannot come in. But it will be the best when the 12 animals show up. Even though one animal show up is good, okay? Another question here is, yes, you need to stay focused, awareness. Therefore, when you're dancing and all that, you don't bump into somebody, yes. So if you're just showing your face and all that, you bump to somebody, then you're not mindful. So you have to be mindful in your dancing, and that can help to avoid accident that way. So totally agree. Okay, Walter say thank you, and Julio say thanks, and do we have any more questions? Thank you, thank you, thank you for your time. The lunar year is coming up on January 22nd. January 21st is the Chinese or the Lunar New Year Eve. Okay, at 12 midnight. After that, it's the New Year. So traditionally, we want to clean up the house, make sure everything's clean before the New Year. Some people do it even 2 weeks ahead of time. There are also some time slots that tell you to clean so that you get your house got better energy or auspicious. If you follow it, I think it's great. If you don't, try to clean your house by January 21st so that your auspicious energy will start. When you clean it, then the clean energy is there. No yin energy is going to come in. Walter, so no yin energy will come in if you clean up your house before January 21st. And also we have a traditions that if you owe any money, you need to pay back as much as you can so you don't owe more for January 22 after that, which is the year of the rabbit. Okay, and this is a water rabbit, so you have to be careful because water represents the kidney, so your kidney energy will be affected. Depending on what zodiac animal you are, how the water rabbit can affect you. But just be careful with your kidney. So make sure you don't overwork. Make sure you sleep well. Make sure you eat well. Eat food that have black color. It helps because kidney color is black color. So if you're a vegetarian, then eat black beans, that kind of thing. If you're non-vegetarian, meat is considered red or black. Especially lamb meat is considered a little bit dark meat, so it's more tonify the kidney a little bit, and that kind of stuff. So basically, you need to keep yourself healthy because it's the water rabbit. So thank you very much, and I hope the rabbit show up on January 22nd when you do your Tai Chi. Thank you. Happy New Year to all of you.